Am I live now? Live. Live. I think sorry, I think I am. Welcome. My name is Lotte. I am Hjort av garn. If you heard Pia before, she pronounced it correct. I'm from Sweden, about in the middle of Sweden on the East Coast. And I'm so happy to have you checking if someone or saying something. You're also welcome to. Hi, Jessica. Hello from Florida. And Pia, hi. Then that's working. Nice. What am I talking about this hour? I started my podcast last year in July, mostly to talk about. Hi, everyone. I can say hi first and then I can talk. Denmark, Köpenhamn, Belgium, Belgian, we say here in Sweden. Nice. Hi, everyone. I hope you understand my English. I'm so nervous. I was so nervous I almost didn't sleep because, not to talk with you, more because of if this should work or not to send live. I'm so curious what you're writing. I hope I don't miss anyone. Perhaps can read afterwards. Great to know you too, Anita. Thank you. So nice. So I wasn't sure that if I should be alone also here, but I have many here. I'm so curious, what are you knitting on, everyone? Have you started something new or something old? I have some whips. No, old. UFOs I had to finish. So it's a good opportunity to do this. Oh, thank you, Suzanne, that you understand me. Whips, yeah. Well, I don't know if you've been on my channel before, but my first episode, I started to talk about the benefits with knitting and crochet, handcraft overall, when you are ill, sick, if you have been in had a burnout, and I hope you understand what I mean. It's more fun to read your comments. Pool shop. 50 fabulous, of course. Summer tops. I actually, one of the things I will work on is a summer top, the ranunculus, but in linen. So I started it last year, but it's time. Today, it's amazing weather here in Sweden. We have a summer weather. Tomorrow, probably it will be snow. That's typical April weather we see here. Typical. Elton pullover. Is it that's Hohis, Susanne, I guess. Yeah. Helle, strumpor, socks, yeah. I will also talk about the benefits from this with when you knit, handcraft, when you are, I say ill. I hope you understand. It is so much in that because I'm myself chronically ill, and I have myself been so helped by knitting. Scrappy striper. Kjol, I don't know, Johan Strickekur, is if you're Norwegian or if you are, is it kjole? Is it the same in Danish that you say that we dress? A dress is kjole. For us in Sweden, when we say kjol, it's a skirt. And I'm so sad that I can read Danish, but I don't understand it at all. Ade, okay. Thank you, Solskin. Oh, I'm so happy that you are talking with me, everyone. Skirt nederdel. Okay. April cardigan. Mm. Knit by heart. Okay. Last year you opened a yarn shop. Interesting. I got ill a couple of years ago and last year. That have been a dream. I don't have that energy. Kjol, kjol. Oh, Chris, you have chronicle pains also. Yeah. If you who suffer from chronicle pain and...
Du måste låsa upp din iPhone
Oj,
först.
sorry, my CD started to talk.
Du verkar
Nej,
inte
men
ha någon
tyst!
app som heter mobilen.
Sorry. I put it upside down. Back to you. If you have any tip yourself, you who have pain and so on, what you are doing to make it easier for you, so please share. Or I will have so much to read afterwards. I missed the start. What are you wearing? Oh, so Lone, I haven't said. Yes, it's Love Note. I haven't talked about that yet. Yes, it's Love Note. In Fru Valborg is a Swedish indie dyer, and one strand. I think it is the alpaca from Holst also. It's so soft. Sitter just med Fair Eyes slip on. I knit. Yeah. You heard Siri. I'm so sorry. Well, I have prepared something here about this potential advantages from knitting. I can read it for you. And you can say if it's something you agree. It reduces stress and anxiety. This is one of the greatest health benefits of knitting and the first to be noticed. Improved cognitive function, boosts self-confidence and help with depression. A different type of mindfulness practice, the feel-good effect, sense of control. I agree with everything of it. And also I read something about also people with dementia. It would be could help a little. I'm not sure if that's true, but I lost words. I'm sorry. I'm so curious again what you're saying here. Here we have Rikke. Knitting have helped me recover from depressions twice now. I'm so happy to read that. It brings calmness, said Happy every year. It does, really does. I myself have this MECFS, also fibromyalgia, and that so I have much ache in my body. And someone also said to describe ME, she said it's like you have you are charging your cell phone over the night, and in the morning you have 2 or 3% to use only, and then it's about the same. So I have been resting the whole day, and then now I'm perhaps on the fuels only. So I hope I will make sense the whole hour for you. It's also so fun because this brings so much also. I know a doctor who works with people suffering from damages from corona that recommends patients to knit round and round for recovering the brain. Interesting, knit by heart. Round arm. They say this. I also had corona last year, but this post-COVID I had also is quite like this ME that I have every day. I don't have the worst ME. Then I couldn't sit here with the light, even though the light can bring me migraine. Doctor's prescription. That's wonderful. We can agree, really, really. I lost word again. On my channel here on YouTube also, I have interviewed many designers because I test knit a lot. Have done that for some years. So if you have any question about test knits, if you perhaps don't know what it is, perhaps you do, of course, but how to do it and so on. I've tested it for many here in Sweden, but also abroad. So I will show you something if you like to. Pleased to meet you, Hanne, also. I will show you something of what I have test knitted. I don't have everything here. If you like afterwards to check, I have the same name on Instagram, Gjort av garn, made of wool. No, made of yarn. It is. And on Ravelry, I am Lotte Blom. I can start with Swedish designer, just one sock. This is one of the things I forgot about. We have one sock designer queen here in Sweden. One of them, her name is Anna Friberg, also Yarnesty. You have also made it for Pia, Chris. Nice. Oh, thank you, Randy. So this is one. I made the first one and then I forgot to make the other one. This is in Swedish sandvåg and it's sand wave. And it's a fun heel. You don't have the ordinary heel flap and gusset. I don't know if you can see this one. We are doing it like this, under the foot. Nice. So check your. I guess it's possible to write and make notes afterwards. I can link to the ones designers I talk about. Another Lotte. Hi. I suffered from post-corona damages for 2.5 years. I was prescribed knitting to train my brain. I have now trained so much that I have cast on the exploration station. That's good. I'm happy that you can manage that. This post-COVID. One of the designers I tested it twice for is Wollenbein Christine Lehrer. This is a shawl. I have to check what it's called. It's the Stoker shawl. I don't know if you can see it. The bubbles. I am ashamed for the bubbles. They are so flat now because I had it on the back on the chair downstairs. I have been leaning to it so they've been flat. But she had a good. She described to make these very good. Tell me if I am making this too fast, so you're not getting seasick inside there. So this is the Stoker shawl. And I made also, put that on the floor, another for her, this cowl. Kalan Mai. Sadly, it's too big. Can you see? It was a really fun, and you have now I lost the words. Beads in it too, and it's a lovely pattern. But you can see it. For me, it's too big. If I were thinner, I could have it like this. But this is a popular cowl now. Something with Sunday. Oh. I hope you can see. Hej från Västernorrland, hej! Var är du ifrån? I talked Swedish, sorry. Now my family is coming home. So this exactly this hour, my adult children and my husband will come home. You can, yes, I perhaps can. Härnösand. I will talk a little bit Swedish. Jag är från början från Kvissleby utanför, så inte så långt från dig. Fast nu Söderhamn. Back to English. Many from Denmark. Yeah, perhaps you have right. It's right, Solskin. Not a bad idea at all. I will continue with shawls. This is the Juniper Bay shawl by Knox Mountain Knit Co. Can you see? This is just garter stitch there, and here is a border down here. This yarn, I bought a yarn, a very, very green, like lime green, and I had so much so I couldn't stand it anymore. So I tried to dye this myself with garlic skin. So that worked. Thank you, Pernille. Thank you, Jane. Sorry, half my message got lost. I assume your sweater is your design. You mean this one? Any chance you post a link to where You mean this one, a knit story? That is Love Note by Tin Can Knits. I will link that also. Yeah, it's a love notes. So it's not my design. I don't design myself. When I was young, as Pia talked about, we are the same age, actually. So then at that time, I made much myself. But at that time, it was just, I knitted with long needles and just flat and sew it together. But it was fun also. Tell me if I'm doing this too fast. That's one of my worst sides. I talk too fast and stress. So I don't want you to be stressed. This should be a calming hour. Another shawl I test knitted last year is this, the Language of Flowers shawl. It is by Karura Hudson, by the way. And it's a big one. I knitted this in Let Loopy. So it's so warm, but I love it. It's also, you have these bubbles here. And the edging is stunning. But it took a while to make it through. I would like also like Jessica to knit and crochet shawls. Thank you, Randy. Happy ever. So this is a big shawl. And it's quite warm today. Even inside. Tomorrow I can use it. If you haven't heard, in the beginning, they say we will probably have snow tomorrow here. Then I can use it. I will just make notes that I have talked about it. Tack Nina. Thank you, Nina. Woolen vine, juniper, I talked about it. I also test knitted. Sorry, I have to drink some water. I test knitted, I think 4 times for Jorge Locatelli also. This one is Marble Mount pullover. Don't know if you see it. Oi. The pattern is up here, and the other one is just stockinette down here. That was a fun knit. I made also a cowl for her, a hipster. Hope you don't hear. My husband took out he bought last year a moped that he just goes on electricity. So sorry, back to Jorge. I made the hipster cowl. I have it downstairs, and I made also a sweater, tea sweater. I have a photo of it on Instagram, and my niece have it. Then you knit. I think you worked from here. You made in the half here, and then you made another half, and then you made a big long I cord. Oh, sorry. And then you made like a braid together to have this together. You didn't sew it together, you just braid it together. Then this one is one of her newer. The other one was also one of the newer. This lace and fade boxy. I test knitted this also. She has this fades on her. Chloe, thank you. Let Loop. I love Let Loop also. Yeah, another test knitted. I did my first Jorge test knit last fall. It's a secret one. Aha, interesting. Her patterns are fun and interesting. That's one of the thing that I really enjoy with test knits. I have learned so much, even though I'm old. I've learned so much the last 10 years, perhaps, from just making things up myself, or this from magazines you bought from the ordinary store, or perhaps you just bought one pattern. But now I have learned so much, but both from this and also this online communities. It is autumn here, but still participate. Where do you live, Jan Creation? If you have autumn, a lot of wonderful shows at the moment. I'm so curious what you're writing. South Africa. Oh, I would love to visit there. All the flowers. I have a friend. We wrote much letters a while ago, and she lives there. And I have followed her still on Instagram, and she have so much photos of the flowers that I haven't seen before. Such a beautiful country. Interesting. Well, this was the Michigan. Hi. I have friends in Michigan also. One thing I find here, when we talked about Corona before, after I had it, I lost so much hair, and I can see on my knitwears which one I used then, because I had so much hair inside it. That was Hohi, what I made for her, and I'm thirsty again. Sorry. Another Swedish that designer. Her name is Stina Erlandsson, but she is another on. I'm thinking, still staring at the ceiling. I forgot what her Instagram name is. This is a short cropped. I also almost said box. It is a cropped cardigan called Peace in a Pod. I made it in the Norwegian Rauma Finol. I love that yarn. So we have some really nice, many nice designers here in Sweden. Really, we have. I have a pile down here now. Another one I have. I forgot to bring one of them. I've test knitted some 3 or 4 times, also for Gudrun Johnston. The last one I made is this one. Is Bosta yoke sweater. And it was a fast knit because I have double thread. So usually she has very thin knitwear with this special Jamieson and Smith and so on. I'm curious again, sorry. One here. My grandparents on my dad's side were from Malmö, Sweden. I've been to Scandinavia many times. Love Sweden. I was not yet knitting then. Yeah. Malmö is about 1,000 kilometers from us, actually. Nice sweater, thank you. I made this. It's a yarn from, I think, Lithuania. It's called Tines. Tines. You can Google Tines. It's really cheap yarn and real. Of course, it's real. Just wool, not any plastic or so in it. And it's quite similar to. I take this up against who are Rauma Finol. They are quite similar. 2 threads, 2-plied, I mean, 2-plied. But in this case, it's then a double. I'm curious. Oh, and or not to. I can't. I love color work, but our windows are not that cold to knit. Oh, indeed, double. Perhaps you can make it as a cardigan, and so you can have it open. Perhaps. Oh, thank you about the color combo. I like it also. I think that was what I had planned just to show of my test knits. just see if I missed some comment or so. I had an idea this I think about it in December to make temperature blankets. So all of us said, oh, I have to make it. So for the moment, I make so much blankets. Not just that, others also I will show you. So I also started actually a hashtag on my Instagram with, how is it? Temperature blanket mail 2023. If someone wants to join me, because look at strange colors together. But it's so fun this with to make temperature blankets. This one I'm knitting from the 1st of January, so for a year. But I'm making another also for my youngest daughter Amanda. She's 23. She's born 99. And then I searched back, so you can do that. So I have written up all the temperatures for every day, and then I can choose. We say from 1 to, we have Celsius here, so from 1 to 5 degrees Celsius we have one color, and then from 6 to 10 we have another, and so on. And you can choose, you can wider from 1 to 10, or from 1 to 3, if you like to have many colors. So you can make temperatures blankets after 24 years actually. But this is what I am doing with the knitting. So here it's proof that we had warm weather. This is I forgot to write it up. It's a baby blanket from Espace Tricot. It's a free pattern that I just made wider. I mean, I have no idea how long it will be after 365 rows, but it's fun. So this is that I'm knitting, but I also am crocheting one. Do you say so? Oh. So here I'm making Thursday again. Sorry. As an idea, a good idea. Sorry. I'm making granny squares. So in this one, I don't have that many colors actually. So for the colder, I have colder temperatures. I have colder colors. So this is for January, and February almost the same. Where have I? It must be March. So you can see here that the brownish is coming when it's a little bit warmer. I think I lost note which month. No, here it is. This is February. Almost the same. And here is the one for April so far. So now we have warmer weather. But tomorrow, I guess I will have white here again. And almost the rest of the week. But it's so fun. So I will make it and then crochet it together. I found a nice way to crochet. I have it on my Instagram account some weeks ago. And also my last episode 11, I have a short movie how I was making it. Will make it. Sorry. I will check here again. The color. Oh, thank you. That's that you like the color combo. Yeah, it's this one's right here about that Malmö is the southern of Sweden, that it's both Danish and Swedish, since Malmö is only separated from Denmark by a bridge and sea. And if you read the Swedish and Danish history, it was a big war about many 100 years ago about who should men sorry who should have the southern of Sweden, Skåne eller Skandia. I think you call Skåne Skandia. And one big family. It's true. We shouldn't have any borders at all. That would be the best, wouldn't it? Actually, we are a family, all of us. Guess what? I'm thirsty again. Should I say something more about this, if I have here, about the benefits from knitting? I read some say that the rhythm of knitting helps with serotonin release. This is the chemical transmitter that helps regulate anxiety, happiness, and mood. There is a strong connection between knitting and the feelings of calm and happiness in the brain. The social aspect of knitting can also lead to better mental health. I guess you agree, you who have been suffering from this also, and got help from it. Hello from Germany. Wie geht's? One big family, yeah. Nice. I'm so happy that I was afraid that I should sit here alone and talk to myself, as I do otherwise also. Should we talk about mistakes you can make? I'm ashamed. I would just tell you. You don't have to say it to someone else. I know how to make. I made one of my test knits was in 2XL because it's about what I have. Danke gut. Danke gut. But it was back to I made this in 2XL. It's talking about Malmö, Sweden. It's knitwear design Garnfrun on Instagram and also Ravelry, Helene Olsson, and she has patterns in English, and she made now a series of beautiful garments, both sweaters and cardigans in thicker and thinner yarns, and also now she are making a summer top in linen. But every one of them has do you say braids? That's the braids here. It's cables. So they are amazing. But this one of them I test knitted. I felt it was a little bit too too big. So I made something that I actually know will destroy it, and it really was destroyed. This one was yesterday 2XL. Now it perhaps is slightly boxy for a small. And it's really felted. It's thick. I'm so ashamed. I haven't told her yet. But you can see here, at least you see the pattern. So it's cables in the back, in the front, and on the sleeves. and some it's about the same cables on most of the knitwear she has, but the sleeves can be different. Some can be like this, what was more how do you say, balloony. Some have cables like on the whole ribbing. You have to check. I will link that also. But I don't think I'm lucky that I had just also had my niece are small and my youngest daughter are small, so they would have a warm cardigan. Because I know if I just had wet blocked it and put it 4 or 5 minutes in the tumbler, that would have been enough. Okay, we are talking about geography here. Yeah, Jessica, it's a jacket for absolutely for the smaller ones. It will be because I forced it in shape again, so it will be amazing as a jacket, because nothing, not even a hurricane, will come through this. It's really the fabric is so dense, so it's a dream actually to make something like this, but like a longer one. So one day I will make it, but this was not the plan. Thank you, Hanne. Another, back to blankets. We have one. Is it called In the Dyer? But a dyer. She sells yarns in southern Sweden called Tant Kofta, Auntie Cardigan. She has several patterns on her website that is possible to also buy, also in English. This one, water again, sorry. My son came and his dog is here. Oh, he's crying. He hear my voice. I'm sorry. My son will help me with prepare the food. I have prepared it and he will just make it. If you, yeah, this is a round thing. It's called in Swedish runda filten, a round blanket. So it will be big, at least if you like. Many makes it like a fun for children, for the stroller. But I will make this as big as I have yarn enough. Sorry, I will pause it a bit here. Was it time to faster? No, I made the school example how to felt. So I had it in the washing machine on 40 degrees, our temperature here, and something more inside, and I know, and sopa. I don't know if soap is also another thing. And I know when I should, because many times before I made for my father when he was alive, I made big like socks, like for big ones. Then I shrunk it in exactly like this, but because I know, and also mittens. So, but you don't do it like this with. I hope it makes sense. I wasn't thinking. I had a extra tired brain yesterday. But it I made it once before. Exactly the same. So you can think you will learn from it. Back to this one. Thank you, Lene. It's funny if you can laugh at your mistakes. So I hope you understand what I will say. This will be round and big, and it's so fun. It's so fun, enormously fun. I'm knitting this in Eastex camp garn. This one, because I have upside down. I have so many with just one and one color. So let's see how it will work out in the end. Back to my notes again. Here I have another thing about the benefits for us ill persons from knitting. Research shows knitting may help ease the pain of arthritis. Arthritis. Getting arthritis doesn't mean you have to put down your knitting needles. In fact, research has found the hobby can distract from chronic pain, reduce the depression, as we read before, and slow the onset of dementia. Here, that comes also. And I agree, even though I actually have myself pain from 24. What do you say? I have pain always. But it's like I forget it when I'm knitting. If I didn't have it, I should really feel it all the time. But you can come into this mood. It's relaxing. The time is passing, and it's fun. I get something out of it. I'm making lovely blankets. I'm making garments for my family. And myself. Socks, cardigans, socks. You have to make socks all over again, and like mittens. Are you also aware of that? The family always lose one of them, so you have to make it again. Or hats. So I'm so excited over the other podcasters. This one who will Pia told us are I don't know if she are from India, but she is sending from India. That will be fun. And this, I forgot her name on M. This lovely who played the piano. She's amazing. Distraction is really good, and knitting and crochet is a joy. It really is. It's so what an amazing. I lost the word. The first one who started this 100 of years ago. What if they knew what we should do, what we are doing now, that we are sitting together from all the corners of the world, and talking and knitting together. And at that time, it was probably more for that they had many of them, at least, as we know here in Sweden, they had to knit because that it should be warm, of course, but also to sell. My mother told me, I never met my grandma here from Sweden. My father came from Austria, but she told me about my grandmother Ida, when she was a child. She was the oldest of 8, and she was so happy when her mother asked her to, Ida, can you make socks for her siblings, because she loved to read books. So she knitted and was reading at the same time. And at that time they made as long socks. So they have this sort of with a button. So you had to make them really long. So, so she could read a lot. Long socks and many brothers and sisters. Talking about socks, I see if I made an yeah, I actually made a note. Oh, sorry here. We have one of the designers here in Sweden, Maja Karlsson. She have made many knitting books, some also in English. She has, let's see if I have one here. One of her, but it's in Swedish. Knit Swedish patterns. So she is. She made also 35 socks, 35 mittens, and more. The other ones I have in my iPad, just like ebook. But she wrote about she's searched also the history behind patterns and sayings. We have here in Sweden, we can say, perhaps it's somewhere else also. In Swedish, it is that we gå på I ullstrumporna. We walk in the woolen socks. And it's, we know what it means, because it's like you continue whatever. You don't mind the others. You just walk on. But also she said in one of her books, it was an old custom to take the socks outside of the winter shoes to eliminate the risk to slip. I didn't know that before. So, but because we have our socks inside the boots and shoes, but they have them outside. Thank you, Alexandra. I had to check. Oh, almost time for you to go to the next one. It will be interesting. So I wonder, my friends, I showed you everything that I have written up. I hope you could bear all the the talk here, and I will read your comments afterwards. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for that you visited my home here. It would have been fun to sit outside, but it was too much people around here. Oh, thank you, happy everyone. Tusen tack för en trevlig stund. Tack själv. Have a nice 24 hours. How much is it left? 22, 23? 21 hours. Have a nice knit, and welcome back someday. I wish you the best. Bye-bye.